Hello, my friends. This is coming along nicely. So yeah, this video is going to be the crash out that she's having before she starts reacting, because there is a lot here. She really is crashing out. If you'd like to like and subscribe, this weekend has been incredibly hectic. I'm not gonna lie.
So unfortunately, what I have to do is click the video and I have it on mute. I don't want to listen
Yeah, the first little bit she was complaining about Mr. Snowflake and talking about how much she hates him, which, I mean, I'm not surprised, so whatever, it's fine.
to it. I'm going to respond to what she said. And I'm nervous because Emily messaged me last night and we've been arguing through text messages.
Yeah, they're still talking. Like, after all this, they're still talking. Of course they are.
And it's been just this vicious cycle of what it's been this whole time, of her saying one thing, me saying another, her saying one thing, me remembering another, her saying one thing, me experiencing another.
Notice how she says Emily's saying one thing, but I'm experiencing another. She's saying something and I'm remembering something. What she's doing is sort of trying to say that Emily's only saying things, but I am actually experiencing and remembering things. I mean, that's Amber's MO, right? She wants to try to make her seem legit and make everybody else seem like they're just lying and just saying whatever they want. As dumb as Amber is, she's pretty good at choosing her words carefully when she needs to, or when she wants to try to paint somebody else in a bad light.
And I feel like I'm going actually genuinely crazy right now.
So I still think they both suck, right? I think this is just a race to the bottom. You know what I mean? So basically, all she's going to do is say, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. Because of course she is.
I don't have long. I have to get ready. I'm actually still a mess right now. I'm going to be hanging out with my grandma and my mom today. I saw my mom last night. I saw my friend last night. Like, my friend was busy as hell yesterday and last night, but she purposely made time to come visit me because this whole fucking situation, and like, genuinely meant the world to me. Like, even my mom was like, that is the sweetest shit ever. Like, I have been.
That's what friends do. She's acting like that's some amazing thing that's never been done before. And you'd think her mom would know that that's just a thing friends do. Maybe friendship is new to her. I don't know. Or, of course, more likely, this just didn't happen. That's probably it.
Going through it, and it's just like, it feels like never ending. And I don't know how the same reaction channel, actually all of the reaction channels, who once thought my ex was all of these horrendous things, like, have now like switched the script, and Emily is like a saint and we need to like interview her. You know what? I want to be interviewed. Like, when is it my fucking turn?
But we know we can't trust anything you say. Like, I don't think we can trust much of what Emily says. And here's what she doesn't understand. And maybe I'm spilling some secrets here. You know, this was like in the code whenever we became reaction channels. So sorry, I'm breaking the rules. This is entertainment. We watch your life because you put yourself out there, right? She made herself a public figure. So yeah, we're watching the entertainment. So if it turns out you're both liars, we get to watch that too.
But no, none of these reaction channels want to put it in a light of, you know what? Amberlynn has done some fucking shitty things, but maybe for the first time, she might actually be slightly a victim here. But no one wants to see it that way. When they once did. They once were trying to get me away from the feeder, but now it's like the roles are reversed.
Well, yeah, because information changes minds. Because since then, more of your exes have come out and talked about their experience with you, right? We didn't have the Beck revelations back when she was first with Emily. And now we have a pattern of terrible behavior towards partners that is continuing, right? So Emily comes out and says something similar to what Beck has said, what Destiny said, and what some of the rumors were with Jade. So yeah, we're not inclined to believe when Amber says, actually, no, it was Emily all along. Because what Emily is saying fits what we know about Amber.
Flip the script. Flip the script. Yes, Bug Love. 100%. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
She seems to think that we have all decided that Emily is amazing and that we all stan Emily. And I think it's because we kind of did with Beck. Once we realized how much of a victim Beck was, we all did flip the script at that point. We all did change our minds and decide Beck was deserving of our respect and at least our sympathy and our encouragement. The verdict is still out on Emily, but I just think they both suck.
I regret not doing this with the whole Beck thing, but it's my turn to respond.
See, because all this is a narcissist losing control of the narrative, just like she did with Beck, and flipping the script. It is Darvo all over again. She says, I regret not doing this with Beck. She did do that with Beck. She came on and said Beck was the one that was manipulative.
We have Beck over here just like purposely trying to like make the narrative as like devilish as possible. And I'm just like, Beck is one of the biggest manipulators I have ever in my life known, but it's my turn to respond to exactly what Emily said. And I'm scared in the sense of like, she has been threatening me. She's doing this whole dance of, if you shut up, I'll shut up. My thing is, did I get more sleep? Only 2 hours. I feel like I'm literally unhinged. My whole thing is, for 8 months of the time that we were in a relationship, I know you're watching, hi. You were literally online, publicly humiliating me and hurting me while we were in a relationship. You were doing it anonymously, but also with your name. So hardcore that people were actually truly believing we weren't together.
I don't know if they were together or not, but why did you stay then? If it was so bad, if she was being so mean, and you're in a long distance relationship, just block and move on.
And I had to keep my mouth shut. Why? Because one, I literally loved you. I did not want to hurt you. I did not want to start a war with you. You were my girlfriend. We were in a relationship, a committed, loyal relationship. And then finally, when I said, oh, her going to Snowflake is actually the last straw, which is normally something that I would forgive and forget, and I wouldn't say a fucking word. I finally said, this is my last straw.
Yeah, it's her last straw because it was gonna become public. Oh, that's a great shot. That's all this is, right? If Emily had not gone to Snowflake, and if Amber didn't know that this was going to become public knowledge, she would have just kept her mouth shut. She would have continued doing whatever it is that they do behind the scenes. But yeah, she just knew the truth was going to come out, or at least a narrative was going to come out.
Threatening me? I need everyone to make it make sense.
I hate this chat. I know it's all members, so it's kind of biased, but still, this, we believe you, Amber. I cannot wait until you take them both to court. It didn't say both, but I added that. Because I imagine this Leslie person probably says both. Yeah, for what? For what? Because you want to see that discovery? Hell yeah, actually, you know what? Do it. That would be awesome. Take them to court. Please take them to court.
Because I can't. I truly can't. Okay.
So I watched a little bit of this when it was live, and that little click, that little thing that she does is infuriating.
Life would be so much easier if you were just honest. Guess what? I am being honest, and that's what makes this easy for me.
Also, yoink. I mean, we'll see. But here's the thing. I think she convinces herself that certain scenarios are true, whether they are or not.
Thank you. Y'all act like y'all are saints. Amber is a human. Thank you, Nikki. 100%. Baby girl, thank you for the super chat. Nikki, thank you as well. The brows always love the support. Genova said, hey girl, you have all our support. What she's done is unacceptable. Thank you, Genova. I appreciate that so much. We believe you, Amberlynn. I cannot wait until you take them both to court. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that so much. You did lie at 12. You told mom it was dad's friend. No, I fucking didn't, Jawbone. Thank you for your money. I wish my mom was fucking here to like throw it in your face that is not fucking true. Thank you and goodbye. 2 separate situations. Thank you.
So I will give Jawbone some props for getting under her skin.
And sick apologist. Like, I genuinely can't. Like, who?
That had nothing to do with Emily. What Jawbone said in his chat, or in his super chat, it says, you did lie at 12. You told mom it was dad's friend. That has nothing to do with Emily, right? Just because somebody doesn't like you doesn't mean they're apologists for Emily. Most of us don't like Emily either. It's just that she's the lesser of two evils. For now. We'll see.
Watch it first, Amber. You're reacting way over the top. Probably. But I think it's because of the shit that I've been dealing with for now a year. I am becoming so fucking just like, and it's like not even just a year. It's like the fact that she had the audacity to message me last night and I was trying to reply with these like well thought out responses. Why do I take the time?
Yeah, that sounds like something Amber would do. You know, I wonder how many pictures they sent each other. A well thought out response. Really? Okay.
Why do I take the time? I don't know. The brows, you're so fucking insane. Like, it's actually crazy. Let's say she did all that. Okay, that doesn't change what you did. My whole thing is like, why is it always Amberlynn? Why is it always Amberlynn that's in the fault? Always Amberlynn. You know what's funny?
Well, so here's the thing. From what we have heard so far, what she did, what Emily did, was cross boundaries, right? Probably looking at some naughty pictures of big girls on her phone, or maybe talking to some people on her phone. That's all we have sort of been able to piece together out of all this. And then the actual abuse came from Amber reacting to that. And Amber thinks that justifies the way she treated Emily. Now, there could be more information. If Amber has proof, she will show it. That's just the way she has always been. So if she doesn't show anything, you can bet it's because she doesn't have anything. So we'll see if she actually has something to show. But as of right now, what we know is Emily was just not making Amber happy, and that made Amber feel justified in abusing her.
Amberlynn does reactive abuse to like literally some crazy shit. And all of a sudden, oh, poor Emily.
So think about what she's saying, right? She's like, yeah, of course I did reactive abuse, but did you see that she had girls on her phone? What was I supposed to do? Like, that is all that has happened so far. This is the betrayal, is there were pictures of girls on her phone. She clearly thinks that it's okay to abuse somebody because they're looking at pictures of other women on their phone.
It's not making sense to me, and I'm going insane. I'm genuinely going insane. You guys are literally witnessing it firsthand, a bitch going insane. And this is what I had to deal with. I'm very sorry for your situation. I wish you a lot of strength. I really hope you see you're worthy. Please, nobody deserves this great. That you have your family supporting you. A big hug and love. Thank you so much. You've always been so sweet, and I appreciate it. Deborah, welcome to Stream Queens Mini. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, so this is becoming pretty clear that Amber has convinced herself that her partner talking to somebody else or looking at naughty pictures or whatever caused her to become unhinged. And because she feels like she had a reason, she's mad at everybody for coming for her instead of Emily.
Baby girl, go for it. Ask it up. No one has a right to downplay a person's trauma. Thank you, Stacy. Show us her threats. I'm not going to show you our text messages, but I can read them to you.
So that wouldn't mean anything. She has fake read a text before. We saw where there was a time when Beck accidentally outed Jade as wifey.
I gotta get going. I love you. So Jade, I love her too.
And Amber read a text to Beck saying, I can't believe you said that. It was just an inside joke and blah, blah, blah.
Like, I even texted Becky, actually. Here, let me read it to you guys. Because it was a hootin'. Where was it? Let me go to my... let's see. Where art thou? Yeah, I got mad at Becky. This is the text that I sent. I said, ha ha ha, they think that... I'm not going to say her real name. Haha, they think that blank's name is Jade. I'm dead. But now I'm getting messaged by these two girls today and they're being bothered by trolls. I'm done talking about her. I said, this is kind of your fault because you had to go and make some stupid joke like you always do. I kind of was mean to her, but... And
it turned out it was all a lie. It was all fake.
I'm not going to show you our text messages, but I can read them to you. Or once again, you're lying. Spooky, thank you for the money.
So this may be a little bit of a hot take, but I don't think Amber is necessarily lying about their relationship and kind of how things played out. I just think she is so immature and so up her own ass and kind of so dumb that she's convinced that the things Emily was doing were so bad, it actually justifies her behavior. Because she's not denying becoming unhinged. So she's telling you the truth and saying, Emily was so horrible and she hurt me and blah, blah, blah. But it's just because she's convinced that it was a serious thing, that these were so serious that it justified her behavior. But the serious thing was that Emily had a Tumblr where she was looking at fat women.
Pocahontas, thank you, Nicole, and the 62 people who thumbs that up. You know what? Make it 100. Let's get that fucking thing up to 100. Not only is it fat shaming, but you're making fun of someone that genuinely was in a relationship, fat shaming their partner. So those of you who agree to that, I would never want to be in a relationship with you. Like, genuinely and wholeheartedly, like, you guys are sick. If roles were reversed and I was making fun of my partner behind their...
Nobody wants to be in a relationship with you. And the weight is probably part of it, but it's this kind of stuff. This is why.
Their back, you guys would be like, you're an abuser, you're horrible, you're the worst girlfriend ever, you're this or that. And you know what's funny? Let's go back to the Beck situation right quick. So many people were like, oh my God, Amberlynn was an abuser. Why did, like, I can't believe it, like, da da da. But no one ever, like, sits there and goes, why did Beck stay? Like, it's Beck's fault. No one ever does that.
We know why. It's because they were financially dependent on you. You made it that way. We did ask, why did they stay? But it became very clear very quickly that you isolated them so that they had to stay.
They have all this like sympathy for Beck. But yet I was in a relationship where I stayed in Wisconsin for 3 months where I felt genuinely miserable and
that was somebody else's house. You went to somebody else's house for a visit and you chose to stay there. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, she is not helping herself at all in this.
It's like, it's your fault. It's like, I have never felt more crazy in my life, ever. Like, I have never been with someone like this in my life who genuinely, I have never screamed at the top of my lungs till I've been in a relationship with her.
Yeah. Notice she's saying, I have never screamed at somebody until I was in a relationship with her, which is probably not true. But yeah, you were screaming because you expected Emily to do whatever you asked. And when she didn't, my guess is that's what caused the screaming. And I don't doubt that Emily probably had side chicks and Emily probably had, weird stuff on her phone. And that's what's caused all this.
Yes, I have done some dramatic bullshit. Like, call me drama queen, call me drama Lynn. Like, let's do it all. Like, call me borderline babe. I don't give a f. But I have never screamed or felt as insane as I have as being in a relationship with her. Period. I have never felt that kind of rage from all of the pain and destruction.
So think about what she's saying. She's like, you should feel sorry for me because I have never yelled at somebody so much and I've never had to be so mean to somebody until now. So you should have more sympathy for me. That's weird.
And guess what? This is entertainment for you guys, so I hope you're enjoying. Well, I'm literally fucking going insane.
I mean, I am enjoying. This is a fun weekend, you guys. This is quite an adventure in gorlworld history.
Thank you, Pancake, for the super chat. Receipts are your line, of course. Fuck off. Thank you for the money. You have a history of being abusive, though. You guys have a history of just hearing like hearsay. So think about that for a second. I was never abusive. Like, I've genuinely explained this so many times. So it's like,
yeah, but you're a liar. And that's the problem, is she really feels like just her saying a thing makes it true. And she can't figure out why nobody believes her. Even though she just admitted in her last live, or one of her last lives, that she had lied all this time about Emily being a feeder to our faces and lied about them being together. So she's a liar.
Why am I going to get into it again? Genuinely, truly. And you know who else has a history of being abusive? Emily. Whoa. Fucking crazy, isn't it?
Now, I do remember, I think it was an ex of Emily's ex talked to Jordy early on in Emily and Amber's relationship and did say that Emily can be pretty manipulative and pretty unhinged, but I don't remember the details. There's too much going on this weekend with Girl World. I will See if I can find those clips. And I am also still saying that I don't think Emily is great in any of this either. But as of right now, it looks like Amber's just raging over pretty innocuous stuff.
Nobody is switching up and saying that they love her now. You both are problematic. The difference with you is that you have a history of abusive behavior. So does she. Amber, you could probably shut everyone up with proof. I probably could, but I'm not like this girly pop that's just like, here's proof, plus how the fuck do I show it?
That's telling, you know? I'm not going to show proof. And even if I had it, how would I even show it? Like everybody else? Take a screenshot? She is a professional YouTuber. She has been on YouTube for over a decade, and she can't figure out how to show a text message. I mean, I'm not surprised, but yeah, again, if she had proof, she would show it. That's just her MO. And of course, it would just be her holding her phone up to her camera where you could see the text or whatever.
My last message, I'm sorry for you because you can't accept responsibility is why you can't grow. I hope you grow one day. I hope that you continue sending me super chats. Thank you. Luna, welcome to Shrimp Queen's Mini. It sounds like you're in a trauma.
Yeah, why are you sending her money to say that? My last message, I'm sorry for you because you can't accept responsibility is why you can't grow. I hope you grow up one day. So, I don't know if this was a hater or an baby that maybe saw the light during all this, but stop giving her money.
Trauma bond with her. Oh, without a doubt, there's a trauma bond. 100,000%. Cute as a button. I love your username, by the way. Stay strong, take deep breaths, and don't allow anyone to drag you down to their level. Lots of love from England. Thank you so much. All exes have said the same thing about you. You know what's funny about that? It's easy to do when you have thousands of people backing you up. Thousands. Literally thousands.
And why don't you have thousands of people backing you up? That's what she never considers, right? There's a reason the exes and everybody that comes out against Amberlynn have had such support, and she doesn't. It didn't just happen magically overnight for no reason. Same with like Darkside Phil and Wings of Redemption and Foodie Beauty. They didn't become reviled for no reason. And like Pirate Software, who still has a huge following, is on a steep decline. And it happened basically overnight because people saw who he was. It wasn't like all of a sudden everybody decided, you know what? Pirate Software, he's next. Because people can have an entire career on the internet and never be hated. Everybody has some haters, don't get me wrong, but there are lots and lots of creators that are overall well-liked. The ones that do something to deserve the hate end up getting it.
They violated your expectation of privacy by releasing private text messages. You have a legal case here. Ranch Girly, thank you so much for the super chat. And genuinely, I had no idea that happened. Love that for me.
It's just what they're saying is since they released the text messages, you have a legal case. First of all, Amber's never going to sue anybody. She's too lazy to find a lawyer. So that's the good news. And I'm pretty sure Oklahoma is a single party consent state, so I don't think there's anything to worry about there, but I don't know for sure. But she's never going to sue anybody, so it doesn't really matter. So I saw this comment by Baby Girl with a U, and she had said earlier in a super chat, I want to ask you some questions. And Amber said, yeah, ask away. And now she says, I mean, on my content, I want you to be heard. So I'm trying to figure out who this person is. I don't know who Baby Girl is. So I searched Baby Girl, but I don't see it. In fact, there's no channels called Baby Girl that I can find. However, I did stumble across this old banger.
A toxic gossip train. The locomotive's fueled with hateful accusations.
Here's the thing. That song slaps. It's true. I can't help it. As stupid as that was, I like that song.
1000%. Keru, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm so sorry, but thank you for joining Shrimp Queen's Mini. Why should we believe your words but not your exes? Mandy, that's a good question. Like, this is very much like hearsay. It's like, do you believe this person or do you believe that person? My question for everyone truly is.
So what she is ignoring, I was going to say what she is forgetting, but she's just ignoring the fact that the exes have more proof. They have shown texts. And when you get several people saying the same thing, it tends to paint a picture, right? It shows a pattern.
Have you ever seen me this like insane? Like go back to not the live stream from yesterday, but the one from
Yeah.
like the first one I did about this.
I mean, she looked pretty crashed out during the whole Beck thing. When Beck came out with the washcloth stuff.
How can she be what she's into and body shaming you and same behavior on their part? I don't understand it. It makes me feel like I was so hurt because it's like, you guys know, like people my size are just not accepted in society. We're not like the standard of beautiful. 9 times out of 10, people with my body type are very insecure. We hate what we look like. 9 times out of 10, we're not with a partner who actually really likes our body. We're with a partner who, you know, falls in love with our personality, or it's our eyes, or, you know, it's the cute button nose.
Okay. I don't think that's the case. It depends. Like there's a tipping point, right? Once you get to a certain size, and this is just my opinion, I'm not like an expert on psychology or anything, but my guess is once you get to a certain size, if somebody's into you, it's for a specific reason, if you catch my drift, right? Once you're her size, that's basically your main feature. It's the one thing that people have to be okay with. And if they are attracted to you, it's because of that, not in spite of that. And the problem is she uses her size or her body type as a way to play the victim.
Or you have such a wonderful heart. I love your laugh. Being around you is so fun. But like, I'm just going to deal with your body because I fell in love with the rest. And finally I got with someone that like desired my body, and I've never experienced that before.
Yeah, and again, and maybe this is news to Amber, and maybe I'm wrong, but my guess is once you're this size, if somebody likes you and your body, it's for a specific reason. And I think that's mostly what you're going to find at that size.
And it feels like, it genuinely felt like I took some like drug that I've never taken before. It was intoxicating. It was blissful. It was something I've never felt before. As a 34-year-old woman, I've never felt that, and I finally did.
She has said that about every partner, that she has never felt this before. Every partner is the first one to treat her like that.
So then when she would make fun of me and she would make fat jokes, like literally to my face, that's one of the reasons why I knew it was her that said Pocahontas, who said that if I lost weight, I'd look like a melted candle. Because she also said that about another girl who lost.
Honestly, I can see Emily saying those things and posting those things just to be mean to Amberlynn. These two weirdos in this toxic relationship that I think is still happening. I think they are still in the relationship because I know they're still talking. Even Amber says they're still talking. So I guess they deserve each other. Idiots.
And that's how I knew it was her. And she lied and lied and lied. She was like, that's not my Reddit. That's not my Reddit. That's actually my friends. That's actually my friends. And then she finally admitted it to me and she said it was hers. But how do you go from saying that you desire my body to literally making fun of it?
So here's a theory. Here's a thought. Amber is constantly on Reddit and watching reaction channels. And now she denies it. But apparently Emily posted those hateful comments or whatever anonymously on the Reddit.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Why would she do that? First of all, at all, period. The only reason I think she would do that is to hurt Amber's feelings. And she knows making fun of her weight would be the best way to do that. But why would she do it unless she knew Amber was going to see it? Right? It just seems weird that Emily is secretly going and making fun of Amber's weight on Reddit. It's not like she went into Amber's video comments and said it. She was on Reddit. So Emily has to know that Amber was going to go see that on Reddit. Why else would she post it? Now, it could have just been cathartic. You know, she could have just been being mean because maybe they had an argument or something, you know. So, I mean, they both seem like they would be vindictive like that. But I just don't know why she would do it secretly unless she knew Amber would see it. Which just kind of proves that Amber does spend a lot of time looking at stuff about her.
Face, calling me a fat ass. I get that I'm not beautiful. I get that I'm not like desirable, but she made me feel that way and then completely took it away. And from that point on, it was so hard for me to open up to her again. But people love it. Like, usernames are genuinely Pocahontas because people love to see my pain. People genuinely are so entertained by it and they genuinely love it. So good for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think name calling and stuff kind of sucks, but man, I don't normally think people deserve that, but just as shitty as Amber has been in life, you know, online, I can see why people are mad enough at her and dislike her enough to do that.
What does it feel like being the main character? Exhausting, Nikki. Exhausting.
Okay. What does it feel like being the main character? I don't think she gets it. I'm pretty sure Nikki was being like, you have main character syndrome, get over yourself kind of thing. And she says, yeah, it's exhausting. You have no idea what it's like being the main character. That was kind of a self-own there.
Emily follows along on all this crap. I personally don't. I don't watch the reaction channels. I don't go on the forums. I don't go on the Reddit.
Okay. Hi, Amber. You know an awful lot about what's going on with reaction channels for somebody who doesn't watch them. She is quick to address things that we say. She was quick to talk about what I said when I had 1,000 subscribers. I would say something and I thought I was crazy. I was like, no, she's not responding to what I said. Like, I would say a thing and in the next video she made, she would address that thing. And I thought to myself, well, maybe somebody else, maybe Jordy said that, or maybe that's something that's being, you know, kind of floated on the Reddit or whatever. But then she actually started talking about me. And I was like, holy shit, maybe she was watching me all this time. Yeah, she watches everybody and she knows Leo. She knows who Journey is. And she will say it's because people send her information, right? Somebody sent me something on Instagram, but she knows everything that's going on with reaction channels. And what else does she have to do all day? She does nothing all day. So of course she just sits around and watches, and she's a narcissist. So she needs to know what people are saying about her.
That shit scares me beyond belief, but she does.
Oh yeah, it scares her. Okay.
No, it's not you, it's her. Thank you for the support, Genova. Deleted. So when are you gonna react to what the feeder said? Only I can call her that. That was crazy. I feel so unhinged. I feel literally so unhinged.
Yeah, she's unhinged. She's in the middle of a narcissistic collapse. This is what happens when a narcissist loses control of the narrative. So yeah, I bet she is feeling unhinged. I bet she's really actually crashing out, but it's because of her narcissism, and she doesn't understand that.
Holy fuck. What is life come to in this moment? Oh my god. You know what's crazy? I always, like, I have these things where I'm like, wow, life is good. I feel so good. Like, this Zoloft is good. And then shit hits the fucking fan. Shit hit the fan. And it's like, when am I, like, that's just life, right? Are we in a simulation? Like.
So I'm going to stop this one here. And this live was so long and there was so much interesting stuff in it. I'm splitting it up into a few parts. This one will be part 0 because it's before she actually reacts to Mr. Snowflake's video. And then there will probably be 2 parts of the reaction. So I'll see you in the next one. I appreciate you guys so much. Take care.